Nastia, thank you for being back, for being with us at HoS Sound. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. Really happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great to chat. And I wanted to ask you, what is one of your first good memories with music?
Good memories. Maybe the one I think when I was a kid and I was skateboarding, and that was the moment when I was like when I discovered electronic music because also other kids there they were like skating and they were just like so they saw me. I was the only girl, and they're like, "Hey, have you listened to electronic music?" I was like, "What is it?"
Yeah.
And there's like, "Let's go with us. We like have a spot to skateboarding, and we're playing music there." So I was just like, "Yeah, that's how it happened." I was like, "What is it?" Because that time I had only like MTV, just like pop music and all this stuff. So I think that was
Your initiation to
I think so.
yeah. What kind of electronic music was that?
Oh, it was everything. I think it was like breaks, drum and bass, techno, even electric clash, and hardcore also. Everything just was in one moment.
So you were listening to single songs, or was mixtapes, DJ sets, or
It was they were like downloading music from somewhere because internet was very slow that time, and just recording CDs, and we will give it to each other. Like
yeah.
everyone who has some internet, they like downloaded music and just like share between.
Yeah. Were you thinking you one day you would become a musician, an artist at that
I
time?
think even that at that moment, I just was like, I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to be a musician. I want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it what kind of music was that in your mind?
Oh, it was different during the growing process. It was punk music. It was electronic music. It was just kind of experimental stuff, and then I was like more adult. It was just everything. I wanted to try everything, and I've tried lots of different stuff and finding what I like more, and also learning at the same time.
What inspires you in your creation?
I would say it's other people always, and like when I gone to see like any performance, and the performance is great, it always like inspire me, and it's something incredible that you can like open up other sides of you, or like to keep some like to catch some ideas from what you experienced at the moment of the like performance or something. All this like processing the feelings inside and catching some ideas that pop ups in your mind. It's something like this.
Yeah. Just a quick word before we go back to the interview. Thank you so much for watching or listening to the podcast. I'm Joseph, and this is the HoS Sound Studio. If you enjoy this content, please consider liking and commenting on this very episode, and also following us on the platform where you listen to or you watch the podcast, but also follow us on social media. If you have suggestions of guests that you really would like us to interview, see the link in the description. There's a form where you can submit suggestions for guests, and also if you have questions for them. Once again, thanks so much for watching and listening to the podcast. We love what we do. I hope to see you soon on a dance floor. And let's talk about your creative process. So you get inspiration from experiences, some other art, for example, and how do you create music?
It's always different. Sometimes I inspired by something. It can be any type of music. It can be like rock music also. Like for the recent track that will be released soon, I took an idea of how the like emotionally it built. So it's just like you're not taking like someone's technical ideas, but you just like picking something that you like in the moment, that you like how you react on this, like you're like surprised that there is a stop that you didn't expect in the music, and then it starts again, something like this, and then trying to place it on my production and do it my own way. And at the moment, like on the way, I have some other like ideas what to like incorporate there or something like that. So it can be like this, or I can just have this like a spark from like nowhere, and especially when I go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I'm just trying to relax, and then okay, there are some ideas in my mind, and you're just like writing it on a phone, or trying to wake you up and go and force myself to record it, because this is the moment like that I have to document, and because tomorrow it won't the same, it's gone already. So I have to document it somehow. I don't know, it was always different. Or like, as for Rosa Damask, it's like the emotional music, and there is just like all the emotions and feelings that I have and that I like bursting in me. I just put it on the music because I don't know how to get rid of them any other way.
Yeah.
And there are like so many stuff happens inside, so just like put it all there, and like this, I don't know, it's just something that I have in my mind at the moment, but it's always lots of different ways.
Yeah. I'm very interested in, you say you take notes, for example. So ideally, I guess you have this idea that comes to your mind, your inspiration, and you want to make music right away, so to capture it that way.
Yeah.
When you cannot make music, or maybe you're too tired, or you have other things to do, you're on a plane, whatever, and you write it, what do you write? You write the idea, you write lyrics, you write something?
I write, like, recently on a flight from States, I think this whole flight I was writing lyrics non-stop. It was kind of crazy. But I would just like wrote like something, and then okay, done, and then it's again in my mind, and it's just okay, I have to read it again, I have to write it again, and then wrote, and then 5 minutes ago I thought that I'm done, but now it's again, and I'm just like, I should keep writing this stuff until I have this like flow, something like flows from the inside through me, and I have to put it on paper, like on phone. And it was crazy. I think I wrote like, I never wrote so much lyrics before. It's amazing. It's just like something like this. And sometimes, especially when I like trying to fall asleep, there's some melodies. So we're just like singing on a microphone, like in the phone. And then tomorrow listen it. And sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's totally just like what it is. And some ideas that I took from other like music, like I listen it, make a screenshot, and then I make a note, write on a screenshot that this part of the track I like. I try to, if I say implement, or if I try to implement it in my music, and it not works always, but at least it's super fun to try different things. Yeah, so it's like this.
Super interesting. So the lyrics you wrote, for example, coming back from US, that's for Rosa Damask?
I think so, but sometimes I can put something in techno, for example. Also, speaking about the last track that will be on Fabric, there was a sentence that just stuck in my mind, and I was walking around, like walking at home, like doing some stuff and singing it, and I was like, but why I'm not putting it in techno? And I just like, okay, just recorded it, did some processing vocals, and now it's done.
Wow. And when you record the melodies, then it seems you decide later if it's gonna be more your Rosa Damask side project.
It's just something that I have to have like for tomorrow.
Yes. To capture,
right, and we'll see. It can go anyways.
I'm very curious because you said it happens a lot to you when you're about to go to sleep. Like it's end of the day.
I think because my mind is resting, and just like all other like daytime problems are gone.
Yes.
And you're just like totally chilled, and maybe it's like a clear mind, so you are more sensible, or sensitivity is more sharp, I would say, something like this, maybe.
Do you think it's the mind, or is actually that the mind is bypassed? Because like so what I mean by that, maybe we mean the same thing.
Maybe like this, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it bypassed, or maybe vice versa.
Yeah, it's more present.
Maybe it's more present, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Fascinating to understand like how each person creativity works differently.
Yeah, it's actually other thing that inspires so much, that I love to see musicians and like any art person who doing their art in live or even in recordings, because it's so fascinating, as you said, and it just inspires a lot, and like to hear how other people making music and everything. It's just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super interesting. What's your week like? Yeah, you spend certain days making music in the studio, or it depends on your schedule, depends on your inspiration?
I just trying to make music every day, doesn't matter what, but it's just like you never know when, if you're even not in the mood. But I had some moments when I was sure that it's not the best day for making music, but it turned out super easy, made the track that was released lately. So you never know just what to do else.
Yeah, for sure. And do you do longer session, or like how many hours do you spend in the studio normally?
I would say it depends of the mood and depends of, I don't know what depends of it. It's like many different factors. It can be the track that I finished like during the day, or it can be the track that I'm so into the process of like recording or like synthesizing or just like building thing, or like I don't know, like just stuck in some stuff, but not in the meaning that stuck in like particular moment trying to make it perfect, but just like discovering like sound and everything. So it can take, for example, some tracks they took a month, some of them they took just a few hours. It always different. I think just because I don't have like any like a sequence, so how to do what to do, and it's just clearly out of from the inside.
Yeah.
Sort of kind of impulse.
So it depends. So if you think before you sit in the studio, is there any type of practice, ritual that you have to help yourself get into the right mind space?
No, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
It really depends and changes.
I don't have something like particular. Just making music, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there...
Does someone have some rituals to make music?
Some people, yes.
Wow.
For example, I heard a lot of people with the way they use their desk, the studios. For example, there's a lot of people that clear their desk and make sure that like everything is in in order, because otherwise it creates confusion. The thing that I hear the most among this, super simple, is like you shut your phone, you take it out so you don't have distractions. And then I hear people that say, when I feel uninspired, Arnoldo Texier is one that comes to mind, says, sometimes I reshuffle my desk, I reshuffle my room.
Ah, right. I reshuffle my room sometimes.
Do you? Yeah.
But yeah, not very often, not for making music, but just like on a regular base.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to like change something.
Does that give you, let's say, new ideas, or does it make you feel
just something different?
Yeah, exactly.
Just something different, because all the same is kind of scary.
Yeah. Feels you guys stuck.
Yeah. Just like.
Like I think there is something about it. It's like for some people, just changing something gives you a new life. Like if you feel like you're kind of progressing, evolving.
I would say it always in the music that I make. It's always like I love to challenge in myself. So all my tracks, they're so different, and just because I try not to repeat myself, and it's just interesting to challenge, and like I like something like new. I like this sound, and then I like this sound, and I'll try this one, and I try it out this one. Maybe this will work, and this not, and it just kind of, you always like trying because it's fun.
Yeah. Yes. Is there a particular emotion or idea that you consistently try to express with your creation? Let's say with Nastia Reigel, and then we can talk about Rosa and Mask.
I would say it's changed during the production, because before I was focused on how to make the sound more weird, more like difficult, and all that kind of stuff, and I tried to make it like production more like advanced.
Yeah.
But then I stepped from that one, because I learned how to do that stuff. And now I'm more into what I feel making the music. Like, I feel that here should be like a hi-hat, and here should be like claps on anything, and you're just like repeatedly listen to the loop that I make.
Yeah.
And just like, here should be this one, here should be this one. It's like my body says me what to put next. And this thing I really like. It's like not non-logical, but more like a feeling
Instinct.
thing. From the inside, like,
Yeah.
there is a body and also the mind and everything just together.
Yeah.
And you know how to do it. You know how to bring it to life. Yeah.
How do you record tracks? Do you use Ableton as a DAW?
Yeah.
But do you work in arrangement or the session view?
Sometimes arrangement, sometimes session view. Really depends, but mostly I would say arrangement, because
Straight into arrangement.
I can see the structure and what to put next, what I had before.
Yeah.
Something like, yeah, mostly arrangement, but sometimes also like the live session, because it gives you, I would say, like a totally different way of making music.
Yeah.
It's just like completely different.
Yeah. And for example, you were saying that sometimes you go with what you feel. Your body kind of like tells you, I want a clap, I want a snare, I want some transition here. Is that in the arrangement part, or that happens when you are...
Both.
Yeah.
Both, yeah. And especially, it's like a feeling that you're like, how it will sound in the club also.
Yeah.
And you're just making it, and you're just imagining how it will be in the club, and what if I'm on the dance floor, and all this kind of feeling, just, oh yeah, that should sound good in the dance floor.
Yeah. Do you use also instruments, for example, outboard, like a...
Yes, I have bass guitar, and I love tambourine. I have tambourine. I recorded all for the recent track on Wisnowek compilation. There was lots of recorded tambourine.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool, and it gives this kind of organic sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you record the microphone while you are like you start with in the DAW, and then you can add guitar or tambourine recordings. Do you also use hardware or like drum machines or synths?
I have Moog Mother 32 synthesizer and a Sash A01, the small one of like Roland Boutique thing.
Yeah.
Vermona Kickland set for kicks, and some pedals. Space Echo, the Boss small one. Boss Distortion 2, and Reverb, I forgot the name, but it's like kind of popular, I think. But a reverb pedal, so tambourine we have, microphone, and beat step for jamming.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just like some jamming stuff, and then it can turn out in the track. It actually sometimes turns out in the tracks. And also Arturia keyboards, but it's just like, it doesn't matter. It can be any keyboard just to have it.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. And what do you feel with your music when you're making music?
With techno? Or?
Yes. With Nastia Reigel, like the music.
With techno. That's what I said. I just feel that, oh yeah, that will be cool in the club. And I love that feeling when you hear the track and somehow it turns on the feeling that you feel cool, better, or you feel like, I feel so cool. I don't know, it's weird.
Is that different for you with Rosa Damask?
Yes. But
In what way?
Yeah, Rose Damask, it's totally personal music, and all the personal experience, all the love that I have, it's all there. It's just the desperate things, beautiful things, everything just from the inside, and just vulnerable stuff, it's all there.
Have you ever been through, I mean, it's going to be an obvious answer, heartbreak? And if so, how did that influence Rosa Damask and your music?
Heartbreak. I think everyone has had
exactly.
some heartbreaks. Yeah. So yeah, of course. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff there too, and lots of feeling of laughter too, and feeling of sadness. It's all mixed. I sometimes don't know how to separate that stuff, but it's all there. Everything.
Yeah. Does he help you process the emotions? So if you're going through something that is intense, can be also nice, but does making music with Rosa Damask, for example, help you process the emotions?
I would say it's more like exploring myself. And sometimes it's something that helps me to get rid of the feelings, because it's the only way. How can I just throw it away?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just something that it's difficult to explain, but it's happens there.
Yeah. It's useful for you, and I think, for example, does it ever happen to you that you create a piece of music or you play a set, and then someone comes to you and they really connected with the same emotion you were expressing?
That's what I love with DJing. That it's with live performances. It's something that when I see people get lost in the moment, and at the same time I feel the same.
Yeah.
It's just something incredible, and that's what I love in DJing, and this visibly changing in atmosphere.
And it's beautiful when, like, for example, if you play music that someone else like is touched by your music, something as an artist, like, it gives you a lot.
Yes, that's why music is for.
Yeah.
What music is for.
Yes. Were there any moments when, for example, you faced self-doubt in your music career so far?
Yes, at the beginning, for sure. And still, always. I would say it's the process. If you're not doubting, it's, I don't know. But there is a balance, I would say. You don't have to, say that I'm the worst or anything. But have some questions of what you're doing. It's always good. Why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
What I want to put in this.
How do you overcome these moments? Like, part is like talking with yourself and reassessing. Do you have people, maybe mentors, maybe friends who are available when you are facing these moments, just to help you, really support you?
It's your work, definitely, but also people around can help you, and your friends, they support you because they are friends.
Yeah.
But it's a complex work, and yeah, just maybe during lifetime period, you're just finding something that helps you get out of that. Like for me, just put your favorite music, put your favorite track, and everything will good again. Just something that helps.
It seems also like reminding ourselves that things are momentary, and that's just part of the longer journey. Even when they're hard,
Maybe.
It helps.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't analyze, to be honest, that it's just a short moment.
Yeah.
I think maybe in the moments of breakdown, you think that everything is gone. It's all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah. Because the vision becomes very, very dark. You start thinking, shit.
Yes, but then you realize, you said right, that it's just for a period of time, not for always.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about your releases. Like you released on a lot of labels, Enemy Records, Weissenberg, and Token as well. What have you learned from working with the label owners or with these labels?
It's just the connection with people and see how they work, and just like you talk to them, you see how they do some things, and they take something from their like vision and something like the exchanging of like ideas or anything, something like this. It just always works this way, I think.
Yeah. Have you considered to do your own label, like as a long-term project? And
I think if it will happen, it will happen. But I keep it in mind. But I think it should be a right moment when I'll be ready for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you tend to plan ahead?
Yes, but not far. But just some real like dates. Real period of time, not like
Not 20 years, not 10.
No, you never know what will happen in like next year.
So for the label for you might come, but you're not saying no. It's just like
no,
for you.
I never say no for anything. Never say no, except that I do understand that this is totally no.
Yeah, for sure.
Just confusing answer.
I think I get it. Like except things that you would never do, but
yeah,
for a label that for you just the moment hasn't come yet.
For art things, it's always a space to try different things.
Yeah. Do you plan your releases, let's say in the next 12 months? So for example, you have some releases that you want to do over the course of 12 months, or it's more dependent on how much music you're creating?
I have already some planned releases. I have like few compilations first coming. An EP during this year should be out already. And some other EP I'm working on. I'm really excited to work on this one. Yes, and also some Rosa Damask music, and it's all going.
Yeah, live set as well? Are you gonna do live performances for Rosa Damask?
I'm almost about to start doing
it. Looking forward to like whenever the time comes. In your view, what does it mean to be an artist?
Just being yourself. It's all art. I would say it's everywhere. Yeah. Like all of us are artists.
Yeah. I think so too. I wish like more people would then create whatever kind of things triggers them and is the right thing for them, would create and not be afraid to put it out, because it would be a great way to express.
But sometimes there's something that they just helps you and they're not really should to be putting out or something like this. There's so many stuff that you have just doing for yourself, and it like helps you, heals you, or make you feel better. Yeah. Sometimes it's not always should be like put it for like audience.
For others.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think at least created. Like sometimes I have a lot of friends. I mean, also my mother to some degree, like, always tells me, "Oh, I want to paint more," and I would like, she doesn't have to do anything crazy, but like it wouldn't be nice if she painted more, because it's a beautiful thing to do for yourself, as you said, right? Yeah. It's a great thing for many of us. And a couple more questions, and if you feel free to answer the quickest way, whatever comes to your mind first. Okay. So, what is a guilty pleasure of yours?
A guilty pleasure of mine is sweets.
Sweets? What kind of sweets?
Anything. Any types of sweets. Yeah. Everything with sugar.
Anything sweet. Very nice. And if you had to choose one closing track for your sets for the rest of your life, what would that be?
The last closing track will be The Velvet Underground and Nico. I'll Be a Mirror.
I'll Be a Mirror, okay. Yeah. Can you sing aloud one of your latest tracks or your productions?
Okay, so there's the two of them. One of them already released and another one that will be released. So Which one? So that was a limit Y. They're just like limit your contact. Ba ba bum ba bum. And then another one that calls chaotic that will be released soon. And there is a sentence: pour your misery down on me. This kind of thing. So choose whatever you like.
This is that's the second one is the one that has to be released
yes.
with as Nastia Reigel.
Yes, yes. It's in September 27 on Fabric.
Very cool. And is your voice?
Yes,
okay.
yes. It always always my voice. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Looking forward to hearing it. Would you rather play in front of 10,000 people that you don't know, or 20 friends in a house party?
Both.
Mm-hmm.
It's all different and all cool.
Yeah.
I like it both. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Project, thing, performance you are excited about that you're working on right now, or that is in the next close future?
I have to make the art for it, and I love this process of making covers for the records, making music for the new EP, which is also really really nice, and we'll work on some HoS Damask stuff, and we'll try to organize the performance live one. We'll see. I'm not promising anything.
Yes, we'll see when the right time comes.
Yeah, exactly.
And closing tradition for HoS Sound, what is one question we should ask the next guest?
So my question will be how to make the world better tomorrow.
Perfect. And there's a question for you, obviously. If you have a club, how would you name it? And why?
It already happened in my life, this kind of question, but so the club is called Club.
Club.
Club, yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simple.
Easy.
Perfect. Nastia, thank you for being with us. Thank you for the interview. It's been a pleasure to get to know you.
Yeah. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you.